Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
You are the only one today. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. She's absent. She told me.
Yeah. Okay. So, what about your net issue? Is it okay now or still facing problem?
Ma'am, actually, I'm using my phone now because laptop I can't use my
Okay.
microphone,
So, it's
camera.
okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. No problem. Listen carefully. Okay. Because today I'm going to start a new chapter, chapter 40. Okay.
Okay,
For
ma'am.
your exam, only chapter 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Only 5 chapters are there for your term 1 examination. Okay. Just 5 chapters. Last class, today one more class, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that period, we'll do a small test, a small class test from chapter 10.
Yeah, ma'am. Okay.
So she will also join. Sanjana also join. So let's start our chapter 14, health, nutrition, and hygiene. Please note our chapter 14. This is a continuation of food science and nutrition. Another chapter, yes, health, nutrition, and hygiene. So before that, what is the idea of health for you? What is the meaning of health?
Health, like physical.
Yeah, yeah. So you know, right? It's not only the physical health, right? It's a
Yes.
complete well-being. Yeah. The physical health, mental health, our spiritual health, social health, all these matters, right? Then only we can consider a person as a completely healthy person. Okay. It's not only about the physical health. These are the 4 indicators or the dimensions of health. Please note, okay? Physical health, social health, mental health, and spiritual health. All these are also interconnected. Okay. A healthy mind is very important for the healthy body, isn't it? We need a
Yes.
healthy mind to lead a healthy life. That's why I told you all these factors are connected: physical, social, mental, and spiritual health. These are the 4 dimensions of health. Next one. What is the meaning of health care? This is another one. Health care. Usually, this care is provided by our doctors, right? The health care. Who provide this care for us? Doctors, nurses, pharmacists, psychologists. They all are the part. They care our health, right? They provide the care. Yes or no? So simply the health care means they maintain and they also improve our health by preventing, by diagnosing. Diagnosing means by finding out and treating a particular disease or treating an injury and other physical and mental problems. A psychologist, they treat, or psychiatrist, they treat mental problems, right? So all of them are the health professionals. And in India, the health care is provided in 3 ways. One is primary, next is secondary, another one is tertiary. These are the 3 ways, or the medical services are divided into 3: primary care, secondary care, and tertiary care. And in this primary care, they mainly focus on the general care, like our primary healthcare centers and all. They are the examples for primary care. Secondary care, the community hospitals. Yeah, the examples of secondary. And in the case of secondary and tertiary, we can treat the maximum problems there, right? The solutions are there with them. Or the medical colleges, the Amrita Institute, AIMS, all these are the examples for secondary and tertiary care. The maximum care is provided by them. Is that clear? So, we discussed about health. These are the 4 dimensions of health. In your textbook, the informations are very vast. Okay, so you may please learn my PDF notes, okay, because we are following NCRT, okay. As per NCRT, these much of points are not needed. So please learn my PDF notes and also read your textbook, because this is a different publication. That's why. Okay, Nestle? Are you there? Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. So simply the health care is provided in 3 ways: primary care, secondary care, and tertiary care. Please note the primary care, that is primary health care centers, PHC. Primary health care centers are the example for primary care, because the general care is provided there. The first treatment is provided in the primary care. Next one, secondary care, that is community or district hospitals. District hospitals are the examples of secondary care. AIMS and all, they are the example of tertiary care. All India Institute of Medical Sciences, medical colleges, all these, they provide the maximum care. They treat our problems, they maintain our health. Okay, they are the last treatment center. And then next one, what are the benefits of proper nutrition? Okay, so what is the meaning of proper nutrition?
With all the nutrition like that.
I'm not audible. Nestle?
Like with all the nutritions.
Louder, please, Nestle. I can't hear you.
Now okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah. So proper nutrition with everything needed for our body. Like
Yes, very good, very good. The proper nutrition, that simply means good nutrition, right? The person getting all the nutrients, the vitamins, minerals, the major nutrients, everything, the micronutrients, macronutrients, in right amount. Okay, that is a proper nutrition or good nutrition. So what are the benefits of proper nutrition? Why we are giving this much of importance for proper nutrition or good nutrition? First one, that it's help in weight management. Please note these key terms. What are the significance or the importance of proper nutrition? Just the key terms. Weight management. We all know, right? The proper nutrition that help us to maintain weight. How is it possible? Is it true or false? Proper nutrition that help in maintaining weight. Yes or no? Actually, we are gaining weight when we consume more, right? So what about binge eating pattern? Do you have any idea what is binge eating? Binge eating.
no, ma'am.
While watching TV and all, we binge eat. What is the meaning?
But like
We
a
frequently,
snack, yeah.
yes, we frequently consume large amount of foods. We can't control or we can't stop that, right? That is binge eating. And simply in Malayalam, we say that korikkuga, right? That is binge eating pattern. Is that clear?
Yes.
So
ma'am.
the proper nutrition that help us to prevent or help us to reduce this binge eating habit, that's why we can easily reach the management of weight, or the management of weight is possible with the proper nutrition. The proper nutrition promotes weight management. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, our proper nutrition, they promote growth and development. It's clear, right? The person who get the right amount or the right nutrients at the right time, they will grow at the right pace, right? Their development is in a right track, or their development will be in the right track. The person who get the proper nutrition. So what about a malnourished child? Their growth is delayed, right? Due to this poor nutrition. That is a simple one. Okay, the proper nutrition, they promote growth and development. I hope that point is clear. Next one, that is lifespan. Lifespan. Because the proper nutrition, they promote or they increase our lifespan, our life expectancy, because the proper nutrition or the good nutrition or the good nutrients, they help to fight against the diseases. So we can easily lead a successful life, because some nutrients are very important to fight against the diseases or certain conditions, or the non-communicable diseases are there, right? The diabetes, heart stroke and all. Okay, so we can avoid all these things, or we can also reduce these non-communicable diseases, or we can delay the non-communicable diseases by the proper nutrition. Okay, all these are the certain importance of proper nutrition. Second one, immune boosting. Immune boosting. What is the meaning of that? Like a tongue twister, right? Immune boosting. Yeah. What is the meaning of that?
Immune boosting, taking nutrition for good for our immune system, like that.
Yes. Which means the nutrients, they help to fight against certain diseases. That's a thing, immune boosting. Next one, it protects the non-communicable diseases. I already told you. Which are the non-communicable diseases? The diseases, they never spread to another person. That is a non-communicable disease, NCD. Okay. And next one, mood. Is it possible to control our mood with the help of food? Yes or no?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Why we are eating biryani or why we are eating chocolates at special situations. That
Cake.
will help our mind, right?
Yes.
So it's connected. And also mental health. Both are connected. Food, healthy food is also connected with the mental health also. Because the proper nutrition is very important for good mental ability. Malnourished child suffers a lot in concentration. Okay, iodine is very important for concentration. So those who lack this iodine content, definitely they will have certain problems in class like concentration, lack of concentration problems, attention span. Okay, all these are affected. So please note, can you please read, Nestle, the points that affect our proper nutrition?
Yes, ma'am. Benefits of proper nutrition: weight management, growth and development, a lifespan, immune boosting, protects from non-communicable diseases, mood and mental health.
Very good. Okay. So last class we discussed about nutrition, right? We classify the nutrition into two, or the nutrients, yeah. We classify the nutrients into two. Which are they? Which are the two type of nutrients? We already learned. I'll give a clue. What is this?
Micro and macro.
Very good. Micronutrients and macronutrients.
Macro.
Micronutrients means the nutrients we require in small amounts, and macronutrients, the nutrients we require in large.
Large.
So which are the micronutrients?
Uh,
Which are the macronutrients?
like I don't get it.
Just try. The nutrients that require a larger amount. Rice. That's an example of?
Okay, like that. Cereals.
No. I'll help you. Carbohydrate, protein, fat, and water. They are the macronutrients, and vitamins and minerals, they are the examples of micronutrients. Now it's clear, right?
Yes.
We discussed so many times. Okay. So nutrients, whenever I ask this one, nutrients are classified into two. This is very important. Okay. Micronutrient and macronutrients. All the vitamins and minerals, they are the examples of micronutrients. Macronutrients like carbohydrate, that we call it as C, protein, fat, and water, they are the macronutrients. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. They are the macronutrients. So today we are going to learn carbohydrate or the macronutrients first. Carbohydrates. Please write. This topic is very important. Carbohydrate. We classify, again, we are going to classify our carbohydrate into two. That is simple carbohydrate. Please note. Simple carbohydrate. Simple carbohydrate and complex carbohydrate. These are the two classification of carbohydrate. Simple carbohydrate and complex carbohydrate. Simple carbohydrates, they are very easy to digest. That is a difference. Simple carbohydrate are very easy to digest. And here the complex carbohydrate, they take time to digest. This is the major difference between simple carbohydrate and complex carbohydrate. Actually, the simple carbohydrates are made up of short chains of sugar molecules, and complex means they are made up of long chains of sugar molecules. Okay, so you may please learn simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrate. Okay, so carbohydrate is a macronutrient. We classify the carbohydrate into two, simple carbohydrate and complex carbohydrate. Simple carbohydrate, they are very easy to digest, and complex carbohydrate, they take time to digest. This is the major difference between carbohydrate ones. Okay, simple, complex, and all. Okay. Next one is fat. Next one, fat is a micronutrient or a macronutrient? Nestle.
Micro,
Fat.
macro.
Fat is a macronutrient. Okay. VM. This is a code for you. This is a micronutrient. VM,
Okay.
that is the micronutrient. Macro. Fat is a macronutrient. Okay. So we classify the first macronutrient carbohydrate into two, simple and complex. Here again, we are going to classify the fat into two. That is saturated fat. Please note, okay, saturated fat and unsaturated fat. These are the two classification of fat. We classify the carbohydrate into two like that. Fat also classified into two. Saturated fat, they are derived from animals. The fats derived from animals, they are called as saturated fat, and most of the plant fat or the fat derived from plant sources, they are called as unsaturated fat. Okay. So can you give an example for saturated fat? We are learning about oil, ghee, and all. So saturated fat, they are derived from animals. So give one example for saturated fat. Animal source. Any idea?
Ma'am, the food items like some.
Butter. Please note, butter is an example for saturated fat. Where we get this butter? From an animal source, right? And in the
Yes.
case of vegetable oil, it's from a plant source. Okay? Is that
Yes.
clear? So we classify the fat into two, saturated fat and unsaturated fat. In the case of saturated fat, I'll read from your textbook. The fat derived from animals contain saturated fat, and most plant fat contain unsaturated fatty acid. Okay, so butter is the best example for saturated fat. Vegetable oils are the example of unsaturated fat. Is that clear? Am I fast?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, then I have a thing to say that like I went to store for collecting my textbook and I got the textbook, but
Okay, next one, that is protein. Okay, so we classify the carbohydrate and fat. Next one, protein. Nothing more. What is the purpose of protein? Why we are eating protein? We already learned. Okay, think and tell me. Protein.
ma'am, can you repeat the question?
Why we are eating protein? What is the purpose of carbohydrate? They provide energy, right? The fat also provide energy. What is the purpose of protein? Why we are eating protein daily?
For body.
Very good, very good. Thank God. So they help to maintain our body, right? For our growth and all tissue maintenance. That is the main purpose of protein. Okay. So look here. Please note this topic is very important. Okay, this is like an equation. 1 gram of carbohydrate, CHO, that is carbohydrate. Okay, 1 gram of carbohydrate, they gives 4 kilocalorie. This kilocalorie is a unit for energy. Please note, this is very important. This is the unit of energy. Okay, so when we eat 1 gram of carbohydrate, we get 4 kilocalorie or 4 energy. 4 kilocalorie of energy is provided by 1 gram of CHO. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then 1 gram of protein, 1 gram of protein, they again provide 4 kilocalorie. There is a difference in the case of fat. 1 gram of fat, that's why we eat less amount of fat than carbohydrate and protein. 1 gram of fat, they provide 9 kilocalorie. Is that clear? So 1 gram of carbohydrate, we classify the carbohydrate into two, simple carbohydrate and complex carbohydrate. Then protein, the main need of protein that help us to maintain our tissue. Last one, fat, we classify the fat into two, saturated and unsaturated one. So whenever we eat 1 gram of carbohydrate, they provide 4 kilocalorie of energy. KCAL means kilocalorie. Okay, that is a unit for energy. Is that clear? Okay,
Yes,
please
ma'am.
note, take your rough book or anything, and please write 1 gram of CHO that gives 4 kilocalorie. 1 gram of protein that also provides 4 kilocalorie. 1 gram of fat, they provide 9 kilocalorie. So all of them, all the carbohydrate, protein and fat, they provide energy to our body, right? There is a difference in value, but all of them, they provide energy to our body. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then one more macronutrient other than carbohydrate, protein and fat, that is our water. Okay. That is another micronutrient.
So, ma'am, there is no classification for protein like.
Protein, no. No. 1 gram of protein, they provide 4 kilocalorie. 4 kilocalorie. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Today my tongue is not cooperating with me. I don't know why. Next one, that is micronutrients. So we finished macronutrients. All these CHO, carbohydrate, protein, fat and water, they are the macronutrients. All the nutrients we needed in large amount. Micronutrients, they are our vitamins and minerals. Okay, please note. Micronutrient, they are the vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals. Okay. So we already classify the vitamins into 2. Yes or no? Do you remember? We classify the
Yes, ma'am.
vitamins into 2. Which are they?
Water soluble.
Very good, very good.
Fat soluble.
Water soluble ones and fat soluble ones. I'm not asking the fat, which are the fat soluble vitamins. Any idea?
Fat soluble, I know. Fat soluble DECA. DEKA.
DECA, right?
Yeah.
A, D, E, and K, they are the DECA, our code. They
So,
are the
DECA. So,
soluble
the other
ones.
one is.
Water soluble, the
CNG.
rest of them, B and C, they are the
C.
water soluble ones. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
So when we cook gooseberries and all in water, what will happen? The water soluble one. Yes, all the nutrients will lose. Okay, that is the difference. Okay, next one. Just a minute. Yes. So we already discussed the measurement of energy, the dietary sources of energy. All the protein, fat and carbohydrate, they provide energy to our body. And we already discussed the rate. 1 gram of protein, they provide 4 kilocalorie. 1 gram of carbohydrate, they already gives 4 kilocalorie. And there is a difference in the case of fat, they provide or they gives 9 kilocalorie. Is that clear? This is the major difference. Okay. Okay, so now we are going to learn micronutrients. So first one, that is vitamin, okay, or the vitamin. Again, we classify the vitamins into 2, water soluble one and fat soluble. Okay, so fat soluble, that is A, D, E and K. So we are going to learn what are the functions, what are the major sources of vitamin A, D, E and K. It's there in your textbook. I'll give you notes. Okay.
Ma'am, should I write this?
Just write the function. One function and one deficiency. That's it. Okay. Like this. Vitamin A, any one source, any one function, any one deficiency. Please note that. Okay. Rest I'll give you. So I'll explain vitamin A. Which are the normal sources or the best sources of vitamin A? Our egg yolk, green leafy vegetables, yellow vegetables, green vegetables, milk, butter, ghee, and our mango. They all are. The carrot is the best example for vitamin A. Okay. All these are the certain sources. They are good in vitamin A. Yes. And in the case of vitamin D, do you have any idea where we get vitamin D?
Sunlight.
Sunlight. Actually, I have this deficiency, vitamin D deficiency. What are the symptoms? Any idea what are the symptoms of vitamin D deficiency? Actually, it's very severe. Any idea?
No,
What
ma'am.
will happen if somebody who is deficient in vitamin D? What is your idea? I'm deficient in vitamin D. So what are the symptoms? Any idea? Usually the pain, the leg pain,
Oh,
the joint pains and all, the bone and all, they are affected.
so is it because of deficiency of vitamin D?
Yes. You
Oh,
may please check your vitamin D. Actually, the result will definitely shock you if you have vitamin D deficiency. In my case, it's less than 12. It's very severe. Okay, the fracture, more chances for fracture, and we will discuss that. More chances for when you get the result, if you have vitamin D deficiency, in your test report, they will write osteomalacia. More chances for osteomalacia or osteoporosis. That simply means these are the certain diseases due to vitamin D deficiency. So what will do somebody is having vitamin D deficiency? Simply sit under the sun from the time of 11 to 2. Just imagine, sit under the sun during the time of 11 to 2. Just for 10 minutes, okay. It's for 10 minutes. I don't know, but I'll sit for a few minutes whenever I get time. But so this is the vitamin D deficiency. It's usually get from sunlight. What are the symptoms or what are the functions of vitamin D? They are very important for the bones and also for teeth. Okay, and absorption. This is very important. Vitamin D is always connected with calcium. Okay, if you have vitamin D deficiency, automatically your calcium absorption is difficult. Okay, because they are friends, our vitamin D and calcium. Okay, so the absorption of calcium is also affected. If we consume 1 glass of milk, that is a good source of calcium. But what will happen if a person with vitamin D? Because the vitamin D is very important for the absorption of calcium. But we are drinking milk, no use, right? That is a difference. Okay. So osteomalacia, ricket, all these are the problems of vitamin D deficiency, very severe case. Okay. And next one, almost all the Indians now they are facing this vitamin D deficiency. Okay. I tested this vitamin D at the time of my degree or PG time. Okay, then I realized that I'm deficient in vitamin D. If you have some kind of pain in your joints and pain in your legs, hand and all, you can also check vitamin D. But
yeah.
the amount for this test is really high, nearly 800, more than 500. Then vitamin E deficiency, that affect our reproductive organs. Okay, that is directly connected with reproductive organs. And vitamin K, that is very important for clotting of blood. Okay, it's very important. Otherwise, what will happen if a person who lack vitamin K deficiency or they have vitamin K deficient in their body, what will happen? After an accident and all, their body will never stop. What is the purpose of vitamin K? Because it helps to clot our blood.
Blood.
Somebody with this vitamin K deficiency, what will happen? They will bleed for a long hours, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why we call this vitamin K another name, that is clotting vitamin. Another name, that is clotting vitamin. So vitamin K that helps to clot our blood. Vitamin E that helps our reproductive organs. Vitamin D that is for our bones. Vitamin A, that's clear, that's for our skin and eye. Why we are drinking or not as somebody, they drink 1 glass of carrot juice every day. What is the purpose? For fair skin, right? And
Yeah.
for eyes, bright vision. That is the purpose of vitamin A. Drinking carrot juices and all. Beetroot, both are good in skin care, right? ABC juices.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, all these are the micronutrients. So please note vitamin A that is connected with our eye, vitamin D that is connected with our bones, vitamin E that is connected with reproductive organs, and vitamin K is connected with our blood.
Blood.
Is that clear?
Okay.
I'll
Yes.
give the notes for you. Okay, please go through the symptoms. Vision changes. What will happen if a person having this vitamin A deficiency, if they are not ready to treat that condition at the earlier time, it will lead to the complete blindness of that person. Okay, and also it leads to kidney stones, skin changes, and all. and cornea dryness. Cornea is a part in our eye. Okay, so they leads to dryness. And next one, vitamin D. Look, all these are, yeah, this is the main symptom of vitamin D. Mood changes, mood swings. The one of the best symptom for vitamin D deficiency, that is mood changes, alter changes. Frequently, your mood will change from one to another with the cramps, muscle cramps, bone loss, bone and joint pain, fatigue means Sheenam. Okay, all these are the certain symptoms of vitamin D deficiency. Is that clear? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
vitamin A that is related with eye and skin, D that is connected with our bone and our mood. It also matters. Next one, vitamin K deficiency. This is very important for clotting, okay, blood clotting and all. So bleeding in nose, that is a symptom of vitamin K deficiency. Okay, and these kind of clotting is also an example of or also a symptom of vitamin K deficiency. It's otherwise known as clotting vitamin. Okay, next. So we completed vitamins. No, yeah. Please take your notebook and write. What's the time? Yeah. Please take your notebook and please write. Yeah, vitamin C. Please write vitamin C. Right. Vitamin C. The deficiency disease of vitamin C, that is scurvy. SCURVY. So the deficiency of vitamin C that leads to a condition or a disease that is called as scurvy. Please note. So which are the rich sources of vitamin C? Any idea? Sorry. What are the sources of vitamin C? The best sources. Try. Vitamin C sources, which are they? Lemon is an example of vitamin C. Gooseberry. What is gooseberry? Hmm? Hmm?
Ma'am, strawberries.
Nellika.
No, I meant another source.
Sorry. Hmm?
No, ma'am, I meant another source like of vitamin C.
Okay, okay. Gooseberry, guava, lemon, all these are the sources of
Fruits like main.
what is this? Okay, they are the examples of vitamin C.
C.
And there is another name for vitamin C, that is ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid. ASCORBIC. Ascorbic acid. That's another name for vitamin C. ASCORBIC. So 70% of the vitamin C is lost during the time of cooking. Okay, because it's a water soluble vitamin. And please give heading B, vitamin B. Vitamin or vitamin B. Give heading vitamin D. Vitamin B. Okay, B1. It's important to learn the name. Okay, B1 is called as thiamine. Please note, B1 is called as thiamine. Okay, so B1 deficiency that leads to a condition called as beriberi. Please note, this is a disease due to vitamin B1. Okay, another name for vitamin C, that is ascorbic acid. Like that, there is another name for B1, that is thiamine. They leads to a disease called as beriberi. And next one, that is B2. Name for B2, that is riboflavin. Riboflavin or riboflavin. Okay. This leads to inflammation of mouth. Inflammation of mouth. Please note. Next is B3. B3 is known as niacin. B3 is known as niacin. They leads to pellagra. Pellagra is a disease condition due to vitamin B3 deficiency. Finish. B1, that is thiamine, B2 riboflavin, B3 niacin. Okay, so beriberi leads beriberi, that is a condition of B1 deficiency. Pellagra is a deficiency of B3. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And also, please note B9, folic acid. Please note B9, folic acid. Another name for B9, that is folic acid. It leads to neural tube defects, birth defects and all, neural tube defects. Am I fast, Nestle?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So that's all for today. So today we discussed about health, nutrition and hygiene. Okay, our new chapter, chapter 14. Okay, in this chapter we discussed about health is not related with physical, not only related with physical, it is also connected with our spiritual, mental and social, physical health. All these are the different dimensions of health. Okay, then we classify our nutrients into two, micronutrients and macronutrients. Macronutrients, they are carbohydrate, protein, fat, and water. They are the macronutrients. We classify the carbohydrates into two. Which are they? Therefore, you know, it's no problem.
Yes, simple carbohydrate. And
Simple
complex.
carbohydrate and complex carbohydrate. Simple carbohydrate, they are very easy to digest, and complex carbohydrate, they takes time to digest. Okay, the next that is our fat. Again, we classify the fat into two, saturated and unsaturated one. Proteins. The proteins are very important for tissue maintenance. Then we discussed about water. Okay, water is a main source, right? That's why we include water under the macronutrients. And 1 gram of fat that gives dash kilocalorie. Nestle?
1 gram of
Fat.
fat, 9.
9. Okay, so 1 gram of carbohydrate and protein, they gives a 4 kilocalorie. Kilocalorie, that is the unit for energy. Okay, next we discussed about micronutrients. Our vitamins and minerals, they are the examples of micronutrients. Okay, in the case of water soluble one, that is vitamin B and vitamin C. Not only vitamin B, we call it as B complex. Complex means B1, B2, B3. Lots of B vitamins are there. So totally we call them as B complex one. Okay, B1 that leads to beriberi. B9 that is another name, that is folic acid, that leads to neural tube defects. And what is another name for vitamin C?
Ascorbic.
Ascorbic acid. Very good. No problem. We are learning ascorbic acid. That's another name. It leads to a condition called as scurvy. Vitamin C deficiency. Okay. Next class. Okay. That's it. Then what are the benefits of proper nutrition? Any two benefits or any two significance? Can you please tell me?
Weight management
Very good.
and mood.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, Nestle. Take care. Bye.